I'm thinking Gary immediately.
Several nights of unrest in Wauwatosa this past week after Milwaukee County officials cleared a police officer in the shooting death of a black teenager outside a mall. Demonstrators have thrown objects and broken windows, but there hasn't been the widespread damage and arson seen in Kenosha after the shooting of Jacob Blake. The latest Marquette Law School poll out last week shows 40% of those surveyed approved of the way Governor Tony Evers handled the protests in Kenosha, while 44% disapprove. We're continuing our conversation with Governor Tony Evers. I want to pivot for a minute to Wauwatosa. We have seen protests the past several days. The National Guard was called in on night one. Was this lessons learned from Kenosha?
We had the National Guard was in place in Kenosha as per the request of the people of the leaders in Kenosha. Everything they asked for, we did. Same way here. Everything Wauwatosa and the county asked for, we're doing. So there's no lesson learned here. We are just responding to what the local law authorities have asked us to do.
So as you look back, hindsight being 2020, obviously, you wouldn't have done anything differently in terms of Kenosha.
We respond to what they ask us to do, and they asked us to bring people in. We brought people in. So there's nothing, do I wish that it hadn't turned out the way it did? Absolutely. But as far as what we are able to do, the local folks and the county folks request, and we respond to request.
Just 40% of Wisconsinites said they approved of how you handled Kenosha. Why do you think that is? Well,
because of the outcomes. I mean, we don't want. The outcome was somebody blowing away, two people and injuring another one in the middle of the street. Who would want that? I don't want that. Nor do we want the destruction that we saw. All I can say is that as the commander of the National Guard, we respond as per what people ask us to do, and we met each of those challenges. So I'm not surprised at that percentage, but the fact of the matter is we operated just like we have always operated.
Governor, in recent days, we heard about this plot involving Michigan's governor and the attempt to kidnap her. I know you know her well. This plot, as we've learned, also has ties to Wisconsin.
Yes, and the allegations are frightening in scope. I know Gretchen Whitmer. She's doing a great job. She's a good mom. She's a good governor. And no one should be put up to those types of activities. Yes, and it does have Wisconsin ties. I read the report last night. The allegations are frightening. I mean, when we have people that are going to take the law into their own hands like that, and obviously want to overthrow the government. That's a problem for us, and it's frightening that some of that planning actually happened here in this state.
Is your administration facing any threats?
Oh, I can't really comment on that. That's not something I comment on. My protection unit is the one that is able to respond to that.
And Governor, before we go, as we've just demonstrated, there has been a lot of unexpected events in the past months and the past couple of years. Will you seek re-election in 2022?
Too early to talk about that. I'm spending my time and efforts making sure that Joe Biden becomes president and we have a successful group of people getting into the legislature. So it's way too early to talk about that.
Governor Tony Evers, we could talk for hours with the amount of news happening. We do appreciate your time. We know you're very busy.
Thanks so much, Matt. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too, Governor. Stay safe. The new Marquette poll shows Joe Biden maintaining a lead in Wisconsin. The October survey of likely voters shows Biden with 46% of the support. President Trump has the support of 41%. Coming up, the White House is a COVID-19 cluster. I'll ask a coronavirus task force leader about the White House response to the virus next.